In the heart of a bustling city, there was a modest neighborhood where the Johnson family lived. The family consisted of Robert, the father, Emily, the mother, and their only child, Sophie. Robert was a hardworking engineer with a kind heart, and Emily was a devoted teacher who loved reading and storytelling. Their daughter Sophie, a bright and spirited girl, was the apple of their eyes. From the very start, Robert and Sophie shared a special bond. Sophie was born with a curious mind and a heart full of dreams. Robert, with his patient demeanor and gentle wisdom, became not just her father but her mentor, guide, and biggest supporter. When Sophie was little, Robert would come home from work to find her waiting eagerly by the door. His arrival was met with excited shouts and hugs. He would scoop her up into his arms and spin her around, making her laugh until her cheeks were flushed with joy. Their home was filled with games, laughter, and the occasional mess from Sophie's creative projects, whether it was painting, building forts out of blankets, or inventing new games. As Sophie grew older, their bond evolved. Robert often took her to the park on weekends where they'd spend hours playing catch, flying kites, or simply sitting on a bench talking about life. These outings were more than just recreational. They were opportunities for Robert to impart his values and life lessons. He taught Sophie the importance of kindness, perseverance, and curiosity. One summer when Sophie was 10, Robert and she embarked on a special project together. They decided to build a treehouse in their backyard. The process was challenging, filled with splinters, bruised fingers, and occasional disagreements about design. But through it all, Robert and Sophie worked as a team, learning from each other and growing closer. The treehouse became their special retreat, a symbol of their collaboration and the many weekends spent together. As Sophie entered her teenage years, the relationship between father and daughter faced new challenges. Sophie, now a young woman with her own set of interests and friends, began to seek more independence. Robert, while supportive of her growth, struggled with the changes. He missed the days when Sophie would eagerly share every detail of her day with him. Instead, he found himself navigating the delicate balance of letting her explore the world while remaining a guiding presence. One evening, as Sophie was preparing for her first high school dance, she seemed unusually quiet. Robert, sensing her apprehension, approached her. They sat together on the edge of her bed, the room softly lit by a bedside lamp. Sophie confessed her worries about fitting in and whether she would measure up to her peers' expectations. Robert listened intently, his heart aching to ease her worries. He shared stories from his own youth, times when he felt unsure and out of place. He reminded Sophie of her strengths and how her uniqueness was her greatest asset. As he spoke, Sophie's eyes brightened, and a smile returned to her face. The conversation, though brief, rekindled the connection they had always shared. The years continued to pass, and Sophie grew into a young woman with dreams of her own. She decided to pursue a career in medicine, inspired by her mother's nurturing spirit and her father's analytical mind. The decision was met with both pride and a tinge of sadness for Robert, who was aware that this new path meant less time together. Yet, he supported her wholeheartedly, attending every important milestone, from college acceptance to her white coat ceremony. When Sophie graduated from medical school, Robert was there, beaming with pride. He had watched her grow from a curious child into a compassionate professional. As she stood on the stage to receive her diploma, Robert felt a profound sense of fulfillment. The journey from their first treehouse to this moment was a testament to the strength of their bond. Life continued to bring changes and challenges, but the relationship between Robert and Sophie remained a constant source of strength and comfort. They maintained their tradition of weekly phone calls and occasional visits, sharing stories and laughter. Robert's wisdom and Sophie's enthusiasm balanced each other perfectly, and their bond remained as strong as ever. In the twilight of Robert's life, Sophie often visited him, bringing along her own family. She would watch her father interact with her children, seeing the same love and patience that had shaped her own childhood. Robert, now older and slower, found immense joy in these moments, knowing that his legacy of love and guidance would live on through his daughter and grandchildren. One evening, as they sat together on the porch of their family home, Now a place of cherished memories, Sophie turned to her father. She thanked him for being her rock, her guide, and her biggest supporter throughout her life. Robert, with a gentle smile, took her hand and simply said, "Watching you grow and thrive has been the greatest joy of my life. I'm so proud of the woman you've become." And so, the story of Robert and Sophie, a father and his daughter, continued to be one of love, respect, and unwavering support. Their relationship, built on years of shared experiences and mutual growth, remained a testament to the profound and enduring bond between a father and his child. A bond that, once forged, lasts a lifetime and beyond.